So we're gonna keep going. I'm doing these new ones that I made called The Hidden. And it's basically, we already did Aries. It's basically whoever, like whatever is hidden from your awareness, but from the different angles. It's for May. We've already done Scorpio and we've already done Aquarius and Taurus. So, oh, Cap, it's your turn. Yay, I'm excited for this one because I'm a Cap Sun. So check the description box for everything you need to know, in particular where you can go to run your natal chart to find out which your rising, moon, and Venus sign are. You're probably here for your sun sign. We'll get started for you using the magnetic poetry, and then we're going to use the Deviant Moon Tarot. I'm basically using a different deck for each sign. Just because I could. And I'm very, very talkative right now because I'm having coffee. But let's see what the poetic message is in magnetic poetry. Please get out a pen and a piece of paper, and I'm probably going to hold it up for 10 seconds. So you'll need to pause the video to find out what is the hidden message using the magnetic poetry for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, hidden from their awareness during May. Not very many words. You got 2 A's. Somebody wants to show you their butt. And sometimes it's funny like that. Oh my god. Okay, that's where we've got it. You'll want to write these down. Press pause so that you can jot them down. I'll probably hold them up here for another 10 seconds, if that. So go ahead, take a look-see at those, and those are your hidden messages from the magnetic poetry. And then we'll roll right into it. I kind of just made this reading up because I was like, it'd be really cool if there was one where anything that was hidden from your awareness or anything that you need to know that you don't expect, that kind of stuff. Yeah, so that's what we're going to do. Again, using the Deviant Moon Tarot, because I wanted to use different decks for each of the signs this time around instead of rotating out the same 3 decks or what have you. You know what's funny is that I was just listening to Space Invaders by The National. So something about arcade games, video games, or even just Atari in particular. So I remember playing Space Invaders on Atari when Atari 2000 when I was like super young. There's Space Invaders and Asteroids and Moon Raider. And Donkey Kong, like the actual original Donkey Kong. Alright, twist for fairness for you. And Capricorn will get started. First, we're going to look at, in particular, the first thing we're going to look at for you is what is hidden from your awareness right now at this very present moment for you, as far as your highest self, but also just where you're at right now, the heart of the matter for you. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, what is hidden from your awareness about your current situation? I can't take that many, but we had one that stuck down on the... something about jubilant celebration for you. This is normally a bachelor party, hen party. Usually it's celebration, though. It's simply celebration. There's something to celebrate right now at this very moment. Somebody is celebrating something either in your background or you have reason to celebrate that you may not necessarily be aware of at this time. If it was in the reverse, then I'd be looking at this as if it was like a gossip or a hen party where we have 3 sisters talking shit, for lack of a better term. Oh, I'm probably going to have bad ratings on this one now because I swore. Anyway, usually this is about a party or cause for celebration that you may not necessarily be aware of at this time. Let's look at what's before you, what happened in the recent past for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, that they're not necessarily aware of, what's been hidden from their view that happened and was before them, previous in their energy. Past energy. Okay, well that was fast and easy. There was a wish that was granted. Somebody's wish was granted. The Sun card. That's usually yes in the tarot. Leo energy with the Knight of Wands. That's passionate action, moving forward, inspired, passionate, creative action. Sagittarius. And then we have something here about no longer sitting in reluctant energy, so no longer sitting around and waiting with the wands. So in the past, what you don't know is that somebody had granted a wish or felt that a wish was granted to them. More than likely, either a Leo individual or a Sagittarian individual. Knight of Wands being the Sagittarian card, where somebody is charging forward, granting themselves a wish or granting you a wish when it comes to passionate, inspired action, moving forward, taking action. They simply could not wait any longer. There was no more reluctance. It was like they acted without delay. There was no longer... There was like such impatience, or it was like they were striking while the iron was hot, for lack of a better term there. And I attribute it to this person. But it was almost as if the sun was finally out for them, the sun shone on them, or the spotlight was shown on an issue where they finally realized that it was their time, their time to shine. Okay? That's what's hidden from your awareness from the past there. Let's take a look at what's at top of mind for you that you may not necessarily be aware of. Could also be energy coming from the divine that is being delivered to you at this time that you may not be aware of, that's hidden from your awareness, rather. For Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And this might actually be the shortest of all of these because these cards, I'm so good at just kind of pulling the meanings from these cards. Let's see. It's kind of like, I think it did Scorpio, and that one was super easy because I used the Joie de Vivre Tarot by Paulina Cassidy. Okay, what do we got here? Another 3. I gotta take them. Okay, so we have here the Death card, the Knight of Cups in the reverse with the Judgment card in the reverse. So there is an ending. Either something is transforming or ending. And more than likely we have something that is transforming. It does have to do with something that lacks poetic, romantic action. Something that lacks romanticism, that musical knight in shining armor energy is not a part of this. Scorpionic energy with Piscean energy here. And then also it's something where... With the Judgment card in the reverse, it's as if there is a decision that was already made. A decision had already been made in regards to this. Either that, or it is time for the decision to... The decision is nigh. It's judgment call time. The time of atonement has happened. The trumpeter's call here. We have with the Death card here... Scorpio energy, of course I had already said, but this is almost as if somebody is crushing possibility under their big huge horse foot. But what it really is it's about transition, transformation, taking something and creating something, a greater promise in the future, utilizing endings, and recognizing the beauty of those endings in order to have something better and newer formed out of those. And the poeticism shouldn't be lost on people simply because we have the Knight of Cups in the reverse following it. Means that somebody may not necessarily be seeing the poeticism or the romanticism of the ending, but the decision had already been made. Either that, or it is a sense, there's like a sense of reckoning that came with it, a day of reckoning that came with it. But there's something here where somebody lacks the eloquence. or the poeticism and romanticism. And so a decision has been handed down regarding an ending or transforming something of some sort. This is either at top of your mind, and it is something that doesn't quite occur to you, but it is kind of floating beneath the surface. It, but it's just below the surface of your mind at all times, or something is being divinely handed down at this time and is hidden from your awareness. You may not necessarily know that there is an ending brewing at this time. And it is because somebody lacks a poeticism and romanticism. They may not, they're not going to be rescued as one might necessarily think, and the decision has already been handed down, or it's because it is a day of reckoning. This is an Aries Sagittarius card, so we could see that this is going to occur during Scorpio Sag cusp season. Conversely, it could also be in between Aries Cancer season. So Aries and then Cancer season, which would be anywhere in between right now, moving forward to June 21st when we hit Cancerian season. I don't know why I'm saying Cancer, Pisces season. So Pisces to Aries. So a decision that had already been made, a decision that had already been made during the Mercury retrograde season, when Venus turned retrograde in between Pisces and Aries season. This decision has already been made. The decision will be handed down to people during Scorpio Sagittarius cusp season, rather, which is mid-November. Mid-November will be when the decision is handed down to others. It's already done. It's already done and dusted. But this will be when the decision is handed down to others. It is either divinely guided, or it's like it's being handed down to people because it is above you, Capricorn. And like I said, it's already been done. It's all been done. So there's nothing that you can do about it. It's time for people to. It's the trumpeter's call. Uh, what is beneath your subconscious that you're not aware of, or hidden beneath the subconscious of others? What is beneath you or below you that you are unaware of at this time? Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Sorry, that's too many. I can't take them. I can't take them. I can't take them. Somebody's actually about this up here. Somebody is talking about how they cannot take people with them. They can't take people with them. It's almost like I was saying before. Somebody can't be saved. I can't save somebody. You know, that knight in shining armor energy. Somebody can't save somebody else. An Aries individual who's on the Aries Pisces side of Aries. King of Swords in the reverse. So this is somebody who operates out of emotion and intuition as opposed to strategic thinking and logic and intellect. Also, oftentimes this can be considered a criminal or somebody who operates out of the criminal element. Because in the upright, the King of Swords, Aquarius energy, by the way, the King of Swords is somebody who is associated with the law. So judges, magistrates, police officers, parole officers, lawyers, jail guards, that kind of thing. In the reverse, it would be a criminal, a thief. But also it can simply be somebody who is operating out of the emotional space, such as that which the King of Cups would, as opposed to the logical, strategic space, such as that of the King of Swords. What else is hidden from your awareness? What is below you and hidden from the subconscious or bubbling up from the subconscious of others at this time? Page of Swords in the reverse. Willful ignorance, willful blindness. As somebody is turning a blind eye on purpose to something as opposed to watching something for the purposes of learning. They are turning a blind eye on purpose to it. They're ignoring something on purpose in order to, it's like avoidance. You know, that, like I said, willful blindness or willful ignorance. Somebody is actively avoiding looking at something out of their emotionality as opposed to what would be the logical and intellectual decision. They're turning a blind eye. Tell me more. It's like they don't want to know. They're ignoring something on purpose. That's, holy shit, that's way too many, sorry. They don't want to know. Okay, what do they not want to know? Maybe I shouldn't ask those kinds of questions, eh? The Magician in the reverse. Somebody is fooling them or tricking them. This is trickery. Illusionary, like illusory energy. Somebody throwing up illusions in a false front, a facade, as opposed to being somebody who's mastered the self. In order to master the elements, this is somebody who's just throwing up smoke and mirrors and faking everything in order to, it's like keep up appearances. Gemini energy on this. So it's as if under the surface somebody subconsciously knows that somebody is all about keeping up appearances, but they really are lacking authenticity. However, at the same time, because they are operating from an emotional and intuitive space as opposed to a strategic, logical, and intellectual headspace, they're turning a blind eye to it. They're exercising willful ignorance. Because they know somebody is feigning self-mastery. And this is hidden energy that is bubbling up from the subconscious for you or somebody around you, Capricorn. They're choosing to turn a blind eye to it. Even though intellectually they know better, like logically they understand that it's to their detriment to do so. But as long as they can't actually see it, then they can as long as it doesn't show up and appear before their eyes, they can say that they didn't know. They can claim ignorance. They can claim ignorance as long as it didn't show up in front of their face, or as long as there was no actual proof that this was somebody who was creating illusion or faking something or pretending that they were a magician when in fact they were bullshitting everybody. Tell me more. What is ahead of Capricorn? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus that is hidden from their awareness. What do they not expect during May? It's one of my favorite decks. Ace of Pentacles in the upright. We have an offer. This is also initiation into something that is worthy of time, energy, and monetary. Could also be something that is an initiation of sorts. As far as investment of time, energy, and material output. So this is where somebody is being offered a contract, a new start when it comes to something of material, energetic, or time resources and promise as far as that goes. What else? Or a new start when it comes to that. And we have our final two right here. The Page of Pentacles, a time offering. Yeah, this is a work offer. Holy shit. New work, new job. This is what this says to me. You don't see that there's a new job coming on the forefront for you, a new career opportunity. It is going to be something that you're going to hear through the grapevine, or somebody's going to communicate to you of its worthiness, or they're going to communicate to you that it's worth, like whenever I hear this, I hear phrases like, for what it's worth. Well, it's worth a shot. Well, you know, they're communicating something about your worth or your worthiness. Somebody is coming to you and communicating that there is an opportunity that's available to you on the material, energetic, or you know, on the tangible side of things, and they're talking about how it's worth a shot, that you're worthy of the opportunity. This can also be a timepiece, peace offering, but more than likely it's about you know, you being worth it, or it being worth a shot, or you being worthy of the opportunity. And then it's going to really put you into the headspace of apprenticeship energy, apprenticing energy, where you're putting your nose to the grindstone and you're really looking at mastering a craft, or where you have an opportunity to show other people and demonstrate for other people how to hone their skills, and hone their craft a little bit more. But it's going to see you kind of working hard on something. You see the clock there. You may actually, time might be changing for you. I'm seeing this as almost 1 o'clock. So it's like in the afternoon, or somebody is somebody is doing something at night more, or somebody is moonlighting, attempting to hone their skills so that they can demonstrate their worthiness, or they're getting a certification that's going to help them bolster their resume for the opportunity. But it's preparation. This is a job that you're not expecting. There's going to be something pop up that's going to be worthy of you, or you're going to be worthy of it. It's worth a shot. Bottom of the deck for you, the Lovers, Gemini energy. This is a choice. This is the choice to, you know, in this and all lifetimes, I choose you. Or even to not choose another, but also to choose oneself, as opposed to a connection. Gemini energy, we're actually going to be moving into Gemini energy mid-May. But this is about the deep connections that we forge with individuals of a romantic nature, and how we have to continue to choose that individual in this life, and you know, in the past, in the present, and in the future, and continue to choose them, and the test of time that has to withstand in order to be true, and the esteem that we have to hold a lover to in order to continue to choose them, right? I told you this was going to be a fast one. Jesus Christ. That's pretty exciting. Anyway, and you know, this is exactly as many cards. In fact, a little bit, no, it's exactly the same amount of cards as I did for most of the other signs' readings. Yeah. That's what I've got for you. Don't know what else to say, Caps. If you liked this, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And I hope this all pans out for you during May. That's a good one. Yeah. Okay, bye.